When I set out on the road, I had an idea in my head of what travel would look like for me. Epic hikes, incredible sunsets, times of reflection, healing from the past, lots of writing, and maturing as I figured out how to navigate this big world all alone. Things turned out a little bit different for me. The inner child in me was released with no one around to stop it, and for the first time in a while, I finally felt joy again. Except this time, I had a huge natural sandbox to explore, and I felt like the luckiest person in the world, yet again.
Did I do it right? I'm very artistic. The sand is pretty white, but I was kind of expecting it to be whiter. And yes, I did take off my sunglasses to check. It's white, but it's not like white, you know? It's like off-white. Hint of tan. I don't know what color that is. There's too many color names. Maybe it gets whiter as you go further in. Could have been called Off-White Sands Park. That doesn't sound good. This is literally one huge sandbox that you can just play in. Oh! I want to touch it. I'm so excited.
Welcome to White Sands National Park, located in New Mexico, where you are free to explore the white sand dunes. I opted for some structure on my exploration and chose to do the Alkali Flats Trail, so I did not get lost, as the trail is clearly marked with red trail markers, guiding you a loop around the dunes. So it's about 45 degrees outside. The sun reflecting off the sand actually makes it really warm, so I'm in a t-shirt. I'm so baffled right now on how this place exists. This is beautiful. I'm definitely going to get sunburned though. I think I left my sunscreen back in the car. So if I look like a lobster in the next video, you guys know what happened. While this is by no means a long hike, being a 5-mile loop, but let me tell you, walking up and down those big dunes was a workout. I mean, the down part was easy. You could either run down, roll down, glide, or slide down the dunes. For the up part, I did the marching escalator technique and the bear crawl. Both were effective methods to get to the top. The highest dunes are 60 feet tall, so after your 8th dune on the trail, you really start to feel it.
Oh, you guys had to see me run again. That was fun though. I feel like I look like a cartoon character with my really, really long arms.
What makes this sand so white? It is actually made of gypsum, which is a mineral commonly found in drywall and toothpaste, making this land and your teeth oh so pearly white. Gypsum deposits were left by the ancient sea that used to cover this land. Then, at the end of the last ice age, gypsum was pushed from the surrounding mountains into the lake, which eventually evaporated. Strong winds over time broke down and refined the gypsum into sand and formed the dunes that we see before us today. And ta-da! Random white sand dunes in the middle of nowhere. The earth is a fascinating place. The best thing about this park, though, was that you were free to slide or sled down the sand dunes. Shortly after filming this video, a sled was purchased and placed in the car for future sand dune travels.
I cannot believe that worked. It's so cold too, the sand. It's like super duper cold. You guys can't tell because it's really hot. But the sand feels amazing. I can't believe they actually worked the sliding. A sled would be so much fun though. All right, here we go.
Should I do a wide angle?
My butt feels frozen from that. It's so cold.
I have bear spray with me, but no sunscreen. But the real enemy here is the sun, not the animal. I'm seeing some bare footprints, and I'm thinking people actually do this hike barefoot, which you probably could. Not really a danger, just cold on your feet. Very cold. Let me see if I can find some. Oh, there's one. Kind of see a foot. Oh, this is gonna be mean. Stop. Fun fact, the gypsum dune field is 176,000 acres of white sand and can even be seen from outer space, like a little whiteout dot in the US. Only 41% of the dunes are part of the National Park Service, though. I think I found my new favorite thing, sand dunes. Cannot wait to go to Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado. Although this place is pretty great. Would come back again with a sled. I'm almost tempted to ask someone if I could borrow theirs. I might. I have a ton of sand in my pants and my shoes. This is gonna be fun later. There's something about running in the sand that just makes you feel so free. I don't know. It's just the most fun I've had in a while. I've had a lot of fun actually recently, but you know, like compared to my old, you guys know what I mean. But yeah, so much fun. Would recommend coming and just letting your inner child out. And yes, for those of you wondering, I'm 26 years old. I just noticed I have sand all over my mouth and in my teeth. Nice and crunchy. So beautiful. It's actually really, really nice that the sand doesn't get hot. Imagine that. That would be unpleasant. This is fun because you could just play around without worrying about getting burned. Definitely would recommend come checking out and bringing a sled. Not like me. I'm kicking myself now. Every once in a while I remember to take off my sunglasses and I see how brilliant this place is. With the sunglasses on, it looks pretty like regular sand. But yeah, the white is really pretty and blinding. Yeah, definitely a difference without the sunglasses on. Ow! Blinded by the beauty. And I can see I got a real good sunburn. Yay. Ugh, look at that. Bring sunscreen, not bear spray. I've been fully sunk. Oh my gosh. These are your hills you get to walk up and down. So I've only walked about 5,000 steps, but this is the most exhausted I've ever felt on a hike. The sand really adds to your resistance or something. Whew. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. We're only about halfway through the hike, so I also did a lot of fooling around, so you know, a 3-hour hike turns into a 5-hour hike with me. No way. No way. Oh my goodness. I don't think you guys could tell how steep this is. This is crazy. I guess it's kind of similar to Stairmaster. And yes, that was part of the trail. We're gonna bring half of White Sands National Park with us into the car with all the sand we haven't urged you. Just saw a couple, they're walking away right now, my parents' age, that have sleds. See, doesn't matter what age you are, you could still have fun. After rolling around in the dunes, I of course did my traditional sand pour, cleaning out my shoes. But later that night, there was a surprisingly large amount of white sand that made its way into my bed, which was quite uncomfortable. The evolution of this landscape does not end here though. You see, a few feet below the surface is groundwater, keeping all the sand dunes in place. As this area has become increasingly warmer the past couple of decades, the groundwater has started drying up, causing the gypsum sand to easily get blown away from the strong winds in the area. Scientists are working to monitor water levels to protect this unique and fragile ecosystem. But if there's one thing that visiting all these national parks has taught me, is that the changing landscape is inevitable. The earth is ever shifting, and nothing will ever stay exactly the same forever. It is our job to reduce our human impact by respecting the ecosystems we visit, and enjoy the land the way it is when we visit, because it will never be exactly the same again. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to follow along. I don't know where they got the name White Sands from. One of the great mysteries of life. I accidentally farted in the echo chamber.